What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. The other day, I was on WhatsApp, and there was a status from a particular sister that I know of in Africa, okay? And she says this: "Day music! I hate a man that whines about not to give women money. Go read the Bible and get over yourself or date yourself. Stop whining. Goodness, Lord!" Give her a round of applause, okay? And I saw that status, I reposted it. And then me and her got into, I would say, a short conversation. And that's the conversation that I want to have today, because obviously she's in Africa and, and I'm an American, but I think there is a consistency amongst the African world and the African American world, or even brothers in the black diaspora, be it if you're in Black Britain, if you're in Europe somewhere, if you're in Canada. But the question will remain: what is it that black men get from investing into sisters right now? Now, I know that's controversial, okay? But it's a question that rhetorically needs to be asked, that both sides can understand what they need to do. If those parties are willing to do so, to come together as a community, then we need to understand where we are in the market. Sisters are always complaining about black men don't build anything. What's the incentive to being submissive? I've covered those, and there's great arguments on both sides. And I've covered the female perspective, some of which I don't disagree with. But today it's the men's side. What is it that a man gets from you if he invests? Well, then I hear a whole bunch of Bible scriptures. A man who findeth a wife findeth a good thing. Okay, you hear that all the time. Read the Bible. Well, when the Bible tells you to submit to your husband, then you forget that. But it's always read the Bible. A woman is to be given, yada yada yada. But in reality, what are these black men getting for investing into women? Investing into a wife or a long-term partner. And let me just say this: I love our people, okay? I'm using my platform not to be, malicious or anything like that. But we got to understand that the black men of today, even if it's 40s, 50s, or 60s, the kind of women that black men are dealing with today in our community, don't get me wrong, women are nice. Some women are very loving, but you're dealing with women, in my opinion, that have been, that look at the world in the short term, if that makes sense. Women are more short-term thinkers in general, okay? I think it's more long-term for them, for themselves, obviously, but women are more emotional thinkers. They're thinking about the now. They buy right now, okay? They're not looking for what's to happen in 10 years or 15 years or 30 years. Men are more prone to look at it like that. And then if you look at women and you ask them if they want to be married, of course they'll say they want to be married. But in the long term, do they know what sacrifices that they need to make to have a relationship for 10 years, for 15 years, for 25 years, for 30 years, 35 years? Okay? Now, men understand this a little bit more. We understand that, there's going to come a time where we're not physically going to be able to work. Okay? We understand that there's going to be time where we want to have children and things like that. We need to prepare for those things right away. And, some brothers have more than one hustle, right? You have brothers who have a regular job. You have brothers who do other things on the side, because they need to have this business. Shout out to K Coaching, a good brother in Baltimore, Nigerian American brother. He understands, like, I need this eventually for my family. I got three kids, I got a wife. So these are things I need to do to set them up. But when you look at women a lot of times, very rarely do you hear women talk about what they need to do and sacrifice long term for the family or for people that they're involved in. Well, what long-term sacrifices do you need to make the family work? And what you're seeing is, you're seeing men who are more willing to make these sacrifices, but then they're asked to invest in women who don't feel that they need to make the same sacrifices to make the relationships work. So then what happens is that when the woman isn't ready to, willing to make those sacrifices because the only person that should make those sacrifices are black men, well, then you're going to get to divorce. And then when you get into divorce, you take it half the man's stuff. A lot of times they didn't work to get that money. He's paying, 50% of everything else. And then she goes and deals with the next guy who don't have half of what the first guy had. And what guys look at it in today's market, there's not a lot of black men out there that feel that in our community, that women are trained to be an addition to a man's life. And to be fair to women, many of them feel that that's not necessary. They need to be a value to their own life, their own endeavors. The man is not there in their lives, right? The father's not there and things like that. So, when they become of age, women should be given, I should be getting this and that because that's what I taught, and if a man gets me, the Bible says it's a good thing. Well, what about you is a good thing? Well, I'm just here. So then what black men are saying, well, wait a minute. If that's the case, if you don't feel that you need to equally contribute to the sacrifices that I'm going to make, why do I need to financially and emotionally invest in you when in reality, I know that you're not going to make that investment? I should not put a ring on your finger then. What's the use? You're not going to be in this for the long haul. You'll be in it to get the ring right now and to say you got married right now and to post the, pictures on Facebook and Instagram. But, when things come to, there's hard times and things like that in a relationship, I can't count on you for being here for the long run. So what am I getting from marrying you? What am I getting from investing in you? And many men in the black community feel like, well, right now it's too much of a risk. It's better for me to stay with myself. Because if I go into this, she doesn't feel the same way that I feel. Primarily because of the social conditioning of black society. That she don't need to do nothing, that she's God's gift to me, and that I should be glad whatever she decided to give me. And black men are saying no. The money that I'm paying into this, it's not worth it. It's better for me to just get a girlfriend, or, I can stay on Tinder, I can do this and that. It's just not going to be, it's not worth all of this. Okay? It's just not. And to be fair, because of the social conditioning has tricked our women into believing some of the things they think. Now, obviously, there's some women out there that come from, families, or they're just naturally understanding in this. This is why a lot of black men are pulling away from the marriage market. But until, it's my opinion is this, black men understand that they have to have, number one, something for women to submit to get a woman to want to be on their program. And two, that women understand they have to be valuable enough and competitive enough for a man to invest in them, and that they have to do things for the long term also. You're going to continue to have the gender war in black America. Okay? If both sides don't understand the other argument, then you're never going to have a black family. You're never going to have black men and black women coming together. And harsh conversations have to be had, such as this. Because both sides have good points. I know that black men don't do the best job of providing opportunities for even each other. So let alone women. And when women say that, I can't discount that. But at the same time, when the brother says, hey, sister, well, what is it about you that I need to invest in? Well, when a man finds a wife, he finds a good thing. What the hell does that have to do with what you're valuable? That don't mean that you're a good thing. That's what the Bible said. What are you bringing to me as a wife? Do you understand what your role is? Many women want to be a wife, don't even understand the role of it. And it's not always pretty. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Drunk. I really appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe, hit the bell, check out the first comment at the top. And as you know, the buffoonery remains at an all-time high. I'm out. Check out the Black Men Curse t-shirts. Peace.